Dun, 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 dun.
Jazz intro.
Jazz intro. Welcome back to Feel Free, the only podcast that will tell you to chase your dreams and also call you out on all your bullshit, myself included, because we are all in this together. If you haven't already, give us a like, subscribe, follow, and share on all your favorite listening and social media platforms. We sincerely appreciate the love and support from everyone. Wouldn't be here without you. So without further ado, let's get this thing started. As usual, I'll be your host, Jon Cerone. Today, I am joined by Lisa.
Hi.
And we got a great show planned today. I'm actually doing this thing where I'm doing outlines now.
Prepared. Oh, my Be Real just went off.
Your what just went off?
My Be Real.
What the hell's that? Oh, yeah, the app where you take a picture of the moment that's happening, right? Are you going to take a picture of me like you always do?
Yep, it's already done.
All right, cool. So the title of this podcast today is Motiv8, because the purpose is to get people ready for the week, talk about inspiration and why that motivation needs to be attended to ASAP, and then lay out some easy avenues for motivation that might spur you to make doing tasks a little easier.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to do this thing where I look up the definition of whatever I'm doing the podcast on for the day. Give people a little idea of what we're doing, you know?
Yeah.
So the definition for motivation, the reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way, or the general desire or willingness of someone to do something. So I got the 3 points that I laid out, the reason why we're doing it. So we're just going to get right into the first one. And that's just to get people ready for the week.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge part of obviously setting the week up to be successful, positive,
Yep.
all that other good stuff. So why that's important? When I was smoking a lot of weed, all right,
Yeah.
had absolutely no plan. Literally, I just woke up every day, got high, and did whatever needed to be done.
Just wung it.
Yeah, I was just literally just winging it. And even getting sober and stuff, a lot of manic energy, all I needed to do was go to work and pay bills and stuff.
Right.
Now that I've calmed down a little bit, putting the energy in on a Sunday night to make the week a little easier, know what I need to be doing.
Yeah.
Have a workout schedule, know which days I can work out, which days I know I can grocery shop and cook. Just to know when I'm able to do the things that are necessary to be an adult.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's super important. If I don't get my to-do list or plan a general idea of what my week is going to be like, I stress the fuck out.
Yeah, you're just not in a good mood, though.
No.
Well, nobody is, though.
No. Or I hate grocery shopping during the week.
Yeah, it's fucked.
I hate not knowing what I'm going to cook when I come back from work. That stresses me out because I have such a short window of time before I'm tired and I want to go to sleep after work that I need to have it all planned out.
Well, that's just that's literally everybody who works, obviously any adult that works a normal job, We get home and most of the time people are just too tired to even do the grocery shopping or the cooking.
Right.
They just order out,
Yeah.
Which is the more convenient thing to do.
Right.
If you are trying to eat well
Mm-hmm.
and save money, obviously the cooking and grocery shopping is necessary. A lot of people do those HelloFresh things or whatever those
I don't know how I feel about those.
I don't know how I feel about that either. Why the hell would I pay someone an astronomical amount of money to tell me what to cook and then overprice the food that's in the damn box?
Yeah, I don't know. That's why you could just Google recipes, I feel like. But I mean, for some people, I can see how if they're too busy, they have so much going on and they can afford it, then that's the route to go.
And cooking's hard.
I enjoy it. It relaxes me.
It is relaxing, but I mean, like, having it already picked out every week for people, I can see the appeal to that, right?
Yeah.
It's just one less thing that you need to worry about.
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
I understand that. But that's also like the reason for why like getting your week planned is such a big deal. You want to like use a little bit of energy to plan the rest of the week. That way, when you are off of work,
Right.
you have time and energy to relax during the week to get ready for the next day of work, right?
Yeah.
Like if I don't have a plan for the week, I'm just running around like a madman,
Right.
you know, or I'm just like immediately working out, eating, sleeping, work, eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep, work, you know, and that's a routine. That's a routine I don't like being in because then it makes me feel robotic, you know?
Yeah. And I feel like the struggle for some people in order to plan for the week is that sometimes it's best to do it on a Sunday,
Yep.
which is your weekend. And you don't necessarily, like, for me, it was hard to like get into that routine of planning on Sundays. Like my sister Molly, wonderful at it. She would even say, actually, no, I can't hang out that day because I need to plan for my week. She would say, okay, I gotta go. I need to plan for my week. Like that.
Yeah.
Pure motivation, amazing. And so she inspired me to start doing that. And at first I was like, why would you want to think about the week on the weekend? But
Yeah.
just taking that window of time.
Well, now you understand.
Yeah, it saves so much time and it just releases a lot of that pressure during the week.
Of course. I think another thing that people get stressed out about is like they make this plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in the week, like shit happens.
Right.
Shit comes up.
Yeah.
There goes the plan.
Mhm.
Maybe your Tuesday plan got ruined or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you basically chuck the rest of the week out the window.
Yeah.
Because you just got so frustrated that Tuesday went up in flames, right? You
yeah,
know?
that's happened to me a couple
Yeah, I mean,
times.
it happens to all of us, right? But being able to adapt, right, and staying true to whatever you did have planned, right?
Yeah.
That's difficult,
Mm-hmm.
but it is worth it.
Yeah, the flexibility.
The flexibility, yeah, which is still something like I'm obviously learning.
Yeah.
I mean, like, due to how much I work in the middle of the week, like Tuesday and Wednesdays,
Mm-hmm.
I've just like come to terms with the fact that I work late,
Mm-hmm.
even after the 9 to 5.
Right.
Right. So I don't get frustrated when I get home on those nights and I can't
Do anything.
Yeah. I don't get frustrated anymore.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
like-
because I think it's important that you're realistic about what you can get done. So I think you're more realistic on you're going to be tired. So you're probably not going to get a lot of things done.
Of course. And I mean, you could see like my reaction when I get home. I am mad that I'm tired and I don't have time to do these things.
Yeah.
Right. But I think you do a good job at reminding me that I need to relax.
Yeah.
when I
I
get home.
try.
I think you're doing a good job. I think everybody needs that though.
Yeah.
Even if you're not in a relationship or like maybe you don't live at home, maybe you just live like alone,
Mhm.
right? I think doing a good job at reminding yourself that you need to relax,
Yeah.
which I think we did on the other podcast already too. We talked about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So being able to rest when you need to, but also stick to that plan, like this motivation to like get through the week efficiently
Yeah.
to then enjoy the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to take those couple hours on Sunday to, get ready for the week,
Yeah.
which is what we've done today.
Yeah.
I
We
think
did
so.
a pretty good job of it too.
I think we did. And we still got a couple hours and I got a couple other things to do, but
Same.
I'm just looking to go into this week with some positive energy,
Yeah.
Which is nice. I mean, you're starting your job tomorrow, so that's cool.
Yeah. The kids come in tomorrow. So
It's exciting.
it is exciting. I am stressed,
I know.
anxious.
Yeah.
But my motto for this year is to just go with the flow as much as I can, which I kind of had have an issue with going with the flow, but we're going to try and make it work.
Which is the being able to adapt thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like I said, I think everybody needs to work on.
Yeah, for sure. And just like when something happens, like you said, not getting pissed off and hung up on it, just acknowledging it and
I think it's just taking a
moving
deep
forward.
breath.
Yeah, it's like meditating.
Yeah.
acknowledge the thought and keep it moving.
But then you got to take like the energy that you went into the day with, right?
Mhm.
Like that motivation to have a good day.
Yep.
It's so crazy how like one thing that goes wrong can literally ruin.
Yep. Up in flames.
All gone. Your motivation's done. You're pissed off.
Yeah, you're like, well, what's the point?
You just want to get home
Yeah.
with a pouty, like a frown on your face. You're like, fuck everyone.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if somebody like looks at me or talks to me, I'm going to shoot them like a death glare. And it could have just been like someone like smiling at you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how I was on Friday. And then I sort of, because I was like, I was so pissed.
Yeah, I know.
Early in the morning, wake up, terrible start. And I was just like, I don't want to do it.
The day got better though.
It did get better. And I was like, even if my next week is going to be terrible, I'm going to make sure that my Friday, I end on a good note. I'm going to do all the work I need to do, even if I'm going to get held up next week. So.
Did a lot of work this weekend though.
Yeah.
Which, you know, if you do this every weekend, you're going to get tired.
Yeah, I'm not doing this every weekend.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, I can't do it every weekend.
No, fuck that. We got to motivate ourselves to know when to relax.
Yeah.
Pretty much, right?
Yep.
So that was kind of like the first thing I wanted to do with this podcast, was just tell people to get ready for the week. You know, granted, when people are going to be hearing this, it's going to be Monday.
Yeah, but you can still get ready for the rest of the week.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I know some people that work Sunday and Saturday, but they'll have like Monday, Tuesday off, right?
Yeah.
Like it just all depends on your job. Like the normal 9 to 5, Monday to Friday thing is like in corporate America. But if people are like working jobs in factories or restaurant or retail or shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
So you can always just make your planning day work out. And you know, sometimes I work Sundays, right? Like I do fashion shows and other things for the tuck shop and whatever. And like in the winter, like maybe a Wednesday will be my free day.
Right.
And then I'll only work 8 to 12 on Wednesday, right? Well, now I have Wednesday to plan the rest of the week, right? So being able to like adapt, find that day that you're going to be able to do all that planning.
Right.
So just a reminder for everyone out there to do that, set yourself up for success. The second thing I wanted to talk about in the podcast was inspiration. Now, I wanted to do another podcast just for inspiration. I think that it deserves its own, but I think the two are very closely related. Inspiration and motivation, right?
Yeah.
So like I had somebody hit me up on Instagram saying that they were a fan of my music. Now, lo and behold, I got excited, right? I'm like, yeah, I put a lot of time into these songs, you know, and I haven't really been doing any music for the last 8 months.
Yeah.
So to have somebody hit me up and say that, and then he was like, oh, well, I want to like write an article for something. It got me even more excited. Anyway, it was just clickbait. It turned out to be just clickbait, right?
Yeah.
Which is okay.
Right.
Because that whole experience, like, is still...
It got you pumped up.
It's still fueling me right now. Like, I went out and bought a new beat. Like, I'm going to, like, write to it. Like, I'm vibing to freestyling and poetry again.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, I took that inspiration, and now I'm motivated again for the music thing. Which, sometimes I'll get inspired, or we get inspired in life, and we don't act on it. Right?
Yeah.
We're like, oh, I'll get to it tomorrow. You know, I had a long day at work, right? I'm just going to go eat and then go watch a show.
Right.
And then I'll put it off for so many days, and then that inspiration gets stale, right? You know? And that hurts even worse, in my opinion, than like failing.
Putting it off?
Yeah, that hurts.
Interesting. I don't think I have the same experience, but...
With inspiration?
Right.
Well, what do you experience, hon?
I think for me, my thing is I will put something off to postpone the possibility of failure.
Okay. Isn't that's kind of what I said, though, but just worded differently.
No, No, because you said it's worse to put something off.
Yeah, to put your inspiration off because you're like making excuses. Like, oh, I'll get to it. I'm tired, right?
Yeah.
But that's just like a cover up.
Yeah.
Maybe it is I don't want to fail. Right. You know, but maybe that was like all those years that like I was like drinking and doing drugs and stuff. Like I had like talked this game, oh, I'm going to like rap. I'm going to make these songs, right?
Yeah.
And you get inspired on the daily. In my opinion, if you're like an artist, like you paint, right? I mean, we were going to get into that point, but like I think that even if people aren't artistic, inspiration can come in a lot of different things.
For sure.
Like my mom's not artistic, but she's inspired to like help people.
Right.
Right. But she like immediately just acts on things.
Yeah, she has high executive functioning skills.
Yeah.
Like if you think of something, like we were talking about this earlier, something comes up and you're like, oh, I need to do this. Okay, what's stopping you from doing it right now?
I'm lazy.
Just like right now. I've had that problem, like I just said, procrastinating. But like once you do that one thing you've been putting off and it took like maybe 5 minutes and it's done.
And it feels good.
The sense of relief.
Yeah.
Like that is what motivates me. That's what inspires me. That feeling of just getting something done and having it checked off on my list. I love lists and I love checking off lists. That accomplishment and just being like, I did that. I accomplished that today. Yeah,
that's a sense of fulfillment though,
yeah.
You know, which I had an issue with for all those years because it was like I couldn't even accomplish one day of sobriety. The only thing I could accomplish was playing video games and getting high.
Yeah.
And right. So that kind of like killed my motivation to accomplish anything.
Yeah. Understandable.
And also I think it's a sense of pride and sloth almost because even now I'm sober, right? Like I say, I have to do these things. That executive decision, the motivation is there in the moment, right? But I'm like so confident in my ability to do it that I'm like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's just like pride, which causes procrastination.
Yeah.
And like people make that excuse. They're like, I work better under pressure, right?
Oh, I 100% do.
That's what I'm saying, you know? And then like someone like wrote, there are articles like people doing studies of people that say they work better under pressure. And they did scores of those people doing tests under pressure or if they planned for it, right? And obviously like the scores are better when you like plan for it.
Obviously.
Yeah, but like internally, like my personality, like I can't work on things like that. Like I need to be under pressure, you know?
Yeah. I mean, for tests, I think that's different for me. Like I definitely plan for that.
Yeah.
But writing
talking about like life.
Right.
Yeah.
Writing a paper, I feel like for me, I'm too indecisive when it comes to certain things. So when I'm under pressure, I have to make a like quick decision and I'm better at doing that when I'm under pressure.
Of course. I mean, that I can also say the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like prideful of me to like say that I can always motivate myself when I need to.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I mean, that's a good thing. It's a good quality to have because like you said, if people live alone, they need to be able to motivate themselves.
Yeah. The problem is like I choose when to turn it on.
Yeah.
And that's where the laziness comes in, you know? Fuck.
Yeah. You need to snap out of that.
I think like allowing it to just take over in the moment and then just rolling with it.
Right.
I'm doing that I do it a little bit at work now. Like if I have something I want to write, I can't just like take a half hour to bust open a spiral notebook and like start writing. I'm at work.
Right.
So I'll usually like write 2 sentences in my phone in the notes, right? Like you've noted, like I have like 700, 800
insane
fucking notes in my phone, right? And then I go to the library and I sort through them. But in that moment, like I just get the inspiration out.
Yeah.
And then when I do get home, it like motivates me to get into that mode.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
How do you stay inspired? because you've like taken up your painting again.
Yeah.
Right? Which wasn't a thing at the start of our relationship as much. Either that or you didn't like tell me about it. You probably didn't tell me about it. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, like I've always doodled or like painted a little bit here and there. I think now it's because I can afford to like invest in my art and like get better paint and the quality is better.
Yeah.
In that sense. But I think recently what inspired me is that I really needed a creative outlet. Like there was no way for me to get out like everything that I had in my mind. Like you write.
Yeah.
I don't write. So what inspired me was to be able to like, I don't know, let go in a sense and just have the time to like meditate through my painting.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like have that activity that's my own, you know, and like take pride in my work and what I do. Because I guess I could say in a sense you inspired me because you like do your writing, you do your podcast, like you're doing everything that you want. Like you're chasing your dreams. And for me, like obviously I have a dream of wanting to have like my own school or something like that or a library. But having, you know.
There's other little dreams.
Yeah,
though.
there's other little dreams.
Yeah, surrounding
like
it.
Wanting to have like a bunch of paintings, like have a whole wall gallery of my paintings is just something that I also want.
That's motivation though.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you inspired me to do that because like, you know, like you're doing everything. You're doing writing, you're podcasting, you know, like you're doing what it takes to do that.
Yeah.
And because it brings you joy. And so I'm like, why am I not doing what brings me joy? And seeing how you do it and it makes you happy.
There have been months though that you've seen me not do anything.
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's almost like taking that inspiration, like I said, and I push it deep down. I'm like, I can't do this right now. I don't have the emotional energy. Either like we're going through something in life that just completely wrecks us.
Yeah.
And even in that pain, right? That pain should inspire us to be motivated. But it's just that switch. It's just the instance of like taking it and making it into something.
Yeah.
And I'll go months without fully acting on it.
Yeah.
Until I get completely sick of myself.
And
I've stayed pretty driven I'd say for 2022.
Yeah.
I've stayed pretty driven this year.
You have.
So it's all a habit, you know, of letting that switch flip instantly.
Yeah.
Even with how much we all work in our adult lives and our habits, our friends, families, all these things. And then the free time comes around. Say you only have like 4 hours of free time at night.
Yeah.
As an adult. If you can allow yourself for even just to start out for 15 minutes of that 4 hours, just let a switch flip.
Yeah.
And be inspired. Do something. I think once you do that for a couple months, then it turns into a half hour. Then you do it for another couple months. Now it's an hour. Now it's like after a year, you're excited, you're motivated for that hour to come by where you're like, I'm flipping that fucking switch and I'm going to have a good time.
Yeah.
I'm going to be inspired and motivated. And it all starts with just letting it take over.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I would say what else like kind of flipped the switch for me to start painting again was really when my grandpa died.
Yeah.
Because that day I was just so upset and I had no outlet for my emotions. And so I did 2 paintings that day. And so I think having, I guess in a sense that inspired me or motivated me because I'm like, I need to let this out in a healthy way. Otherwise I'm going to explode.
Right.
So
it was taking something bad that happened and turning it into something beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. That conscious effort to be motivated. That is It's tantamount. It's just such a good feeling too.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've been that way even more so in the last 2 weeks, obviously, with the passing of my cat.
Yeah.
2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's been a while. But taking those bad instances in life, being inspired and then motivated to make something out of it. Trying to come full circle, the third and last point is the avenues of motivation.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 4 of them listed. I have memories, fear, rituals, and goals. Now, we already talked a little bit about goals, like having these dreams, right, that we work towards.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty driven about the podcasting, the writing. Like I said, the music thing came around. I'm inspired again. I'm going to come out with a song.
Right.
You've been sketching a lot. Now you're excited to be painting again.
Yeah.
So those are those goals.
Right.
Right. And I'm so excited. Like even like Jay picked up painting because he's fire at painting. Molly's Jay.
Yeah. Well, he's been doing it forever.
Yeah, I know.
But like now he's actually like selling his art. Yeah.
But like when we were chilling down there, the first time we were down there, and I like asked him because we were doing the art. We were going to the art fair, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, where'd you get these paintings from?" And he like looked at me. He goes, "I made those." And I was like, "Fuck out of here!"
I know, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, these look like professional.
Yeah.
Professional as hell. He was like really excited.
Yeah.
So that's like inspiring too. I think being around like inspiring creative people like helps boost our goals, you know?
Yeah. I think that's the main thing is like surrounding yourself with those who inspire you and motivate you to like be your best self and be yourself, and like whether it's painting, dancing, like building a Lego set or something.
Yeah, which we got to get to.
But like things like that, even if it may seem, you may think, oh, they're going to think that's weird, you know, but no, because if they're your true people, they're going to want you to do it, and they're going to encourage you, and they're going to be your biggest hype man.
Of course.
So
that's a beautiful thing too.
Yeah.
Another thing we didn't really, we kind of talked about it, the memories thing.
Yeah.
Right. Good and bad memories. That spurs us to be motivated.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes we have bad memories and we're like,
you don't want that to happen again. You don't want to be in that situation again. So it motivates you to do different.
Exactly. And that also, like I had named like fear separate from memories, you know?
Yeah.
But when I meant fear, it's almost like the future inadequacies that we might have. Right.
Yeah.
So like being motivated to like work out or to do your meal preps.
Yep.
Like you have anxiety about the future because you're afraid of whatever could happen.
Right.
Right. Like I gave up smoking cigarettes and nicotine because ultimately, who isn't afraid of dying from lung cancer? Exactly. Yeah. Right. Although it took me a long time, that fear fueled and motivated me to change.
Yeah.
Right. The memories thing, we have role models too in those memories.
Yeah.
We hold these role models to these standards. We see them do something or accomplish something and we're like, I want that quality.
Right. I want to be like that.
Exactly. So that's a beautiful thing too.
Yeah.
The last thing, the rituals. I think that's huge because when I drink tea or coffee and I sit down, that's like a ritual for me. I'm like, I'm in it. You know, everybody's got their thing to like start doing that.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I'm trying to think.
It might even be something you don't even notice you do.
Know.
Right?
There
it's
probably
like
is something that I do, but I can't really, because I don't drink coffee every morning.
No.
And I don't like read every morning. I don't know.
You read at night.
Yeah, but not every night.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
I think my thing is I do a mental check-in, like when I wake up and before I go to bed, of how I'm feeling. So kind of like a little mini meditation, checking in from head to toe.
Okay.
How you're feeling. I think that I have been doing that for a while, and it's important now because, like,
it's a ritual.
It's a ritual, but, like, I also have been having some health issues. And so I'm like, okay, how am I feeling today?
You got to check in.
Yeah. So when I do eventually get it checked out, I'm able to, say, well, this is how I've been recently. This is my norm.
But that's out of like fear almost too.
Yes, I am terrified that something bad is going to happen.
But it motivates you to be healthier too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely does. It definitely does. Like, I'm going to have to start walking more, doing yoga again to get my breathing under control. But,
probably, yeah.
Yeah. But the fear motivates me because I don't want to be sick.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And you can so you're almost like inspired by negativity,
Yeah.
which isn't bad.
No.
There's healthy anxiety to have too.
Oh, yeah. There is healthy anxiety. You just can't let it overrun your life, which I'm still learning.
Yeah, but it's not as bad as you may think. Everybody has seen people in their lives that have let the wrong types of anxiety ruin them,
Yeah.
But out of that fear, you're now motivated to not be like that.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Right.
So that's nice. Yeah, I think we touched base on everything that we needed to do today.
Nice.
Just motivate everyone to start the week off good, end their week good. Is it well? I'm not really good at English, me. I need an editor.
Well.
It's well. I thought it was well. Hope you have a swell week.
A swell week.
Swell week, everybody.
Hope it goes well.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Feel Free. I hope y'all are motivated and inspired to live a healthy, happy life, create some beautiful art, or just live the best freaking life that you can. We're going to be peacing out here in a second, so y'all have a good one.
See ya.